Wait, are you gaming? On a Chromebook?
Yep. It's got a high-res 120Hz display, plus this killer RGB keyboard. And I can access thousands of games anytime, anywhere.
Stop playing.
What?
Get out of here.
Huh?
Yeah, I want you to stop playing and get out of here so I can game on that Chromebook.
Got it.
Discover the ultimate cloud gaming machine, a new kind of Chromebook.
Hola, and welcome to Word to Your Mama. Word to Your Mama is a podcast about the life of a Latina creative, that's me, and the lives of my amazing multicultural tribe. A celebration of shared experiences navigating this dynamic world. There will be special guests, mad laughs, and absolutely no BS. Segments by the Supernatural Bear. That's my little man. He's 10 going on 40 because he's an old soul. But other than that, this podcast will be explicit. Please believe it. Now, why do I have a wide range of peeps on here? It's because I come from the music, art, and Web3 industries. Word to Your Mama comes out every Monday. We have something very special and unique happening on today's episode of Word to Your Mama. We have WebTr3s Al Aire con Sandy MC, Sandy Martinez. We have a takeover. So what's basically going to happen, let me break it down to you, is I'm going to do this intro. I'm going to give Sandy her flowers. And then after that, it's going to be the majority of the episode that aired live Saturday, September 9th, live on air via La Onda. And I believe that's in Phoenix, Arizona. It was a couple of us. It was Sandy, of course. She's the host. It was Carley Beck. It was Michelle Bird, myself, Débora Carrizo, and Lizbeth Jaramillo. All of us are part of the 17 women that are in the Women of Web3 initiative that Sandy Martinez put together that are speaking and presenting at the United Nations General Assembly 78th Science Summit. That is correct. You heard correct. The United Nations. So I'll play that episode and it'll have commercials in Spanish. It's Spanglish. Some parts are completely in English. But we have a great time kind of getting to the essence of the initiative and, giving Sandy her flowers. So it's a very, very special episode. But I wanted to give Sandy her flowers. And I hope she at least listens to this part of the episode. And I'm going to try to do it without crying. Let me just give you a little background on Sandy, right? And I'm going to read it to you so that I don't go crazy. It says, Sandy is an extraordinary education advocate, CEO of Strive Studio Career Coaching and Consulting, a visionary Web3 advisor. Her inspiring leadership is deeply rooted in empowering women and promoting diversity. Through her unwavering dedication, she provides invaluable support to women of color in their careers and guides organizations on fostering inclusion while embracing the transformative potential of Web3 technology. As the host of WebTr3s Al Aire radio show, Sandy actively educates the Hispanic and Latino community about the incredible opportunities in Web3 and NFT industry. Her dedication and impactful leadership have earned her widespread recognition. But that's not all. Sandy's commitment to empowering women extends further as she serves on two national organizations, the Young and Empowered Women's Association and United Latinas, working tirelessly to elevate women nationally and beyond. So that's the gist of all the things that is Sandy Martinez. But I met her initially, not even in real life. I met her through all the things that we've been doing via Hola, Metaverso that I am a partner of with the amazing founder, Ozzy. And it was maybe 2 years ago now. Who's to say? Probably 2 years ago now. She invited me to be a special guest when she was working with Jarritos and their Web3 initiative when they were launching it. And I'll be forever thankful and grateful to her because it was a full circle moment, right? As a first gen Mexicana living on the border of San Diego and Tijuana, going back and forth like it was nothing. My best friend was my abuelito. Loving Jarritos, being such a part of my childhood, and I'm sure so many of us. And then to be a special guest on there where it all merged, right? It all collided. It was crazy. And I did a post you can see on my Instagram and when it happened. And it was a picture of me when I was little with mi abuelito. And it meant so much. I mean, he died a long, long time ago. So that was important. And then I got to know her and meet her. And you know, you meet people online. And then when they really live up to that and go above and beyond that when you meet them in person. And so she would support us. We would support her. I feel like we were all aligned. And then I think it maybe strengthened, I don't know what the right word is, intensified when we were at NFT NYC and we were staying together and we were going up to the dinner the day before and her and I were just on the escalator of Javits Center and we were just in awe of this amazing venue by the water, big windows in the city that for me, if you guys know me, it's one of my favorite cities. I talk about the first time I was there, how I was little, going downtown San Diego, pretend I couldn't wait to get out to go to the big city. So us being there, we were like, oh my God, this is a moment, you know, two Mexicanas here representing da-da-da-da-da. And then during that trip, she mentioned, she didn't say anything. She said she had this initiative, she had this idea. And, you know, she was like, yeah, you know, maybe, I don't know if she asked me then, but she was like, maybe you could be a part of it. I was like, yeah, whatever you need. And then that was April, kids. April. I'm recording this on the 9th. We just recorded this episode. And I leave tomorrow and we present at the UN on the 21st of September. Like, the stuff, the events, the organization, the authenticity of everything that she's doing, people are coming from all walks of life to support her because she's that special of a human. You hear a little bit us giving her flowers in this episode, but I just wanted to say without tears, hopefully, just how grateful I am for you, Sandy. I'm so happy that we're doing this and we're breaking records and all this stuff, but we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your leadership, your kindness, your heart. And I mean, I don't even know what to say. So let's get into this episode. Let it run. There'll be no Supernatural Bear Corner. There'll be no outro. Just let it run. And then please believe it, once we come back and we decompress, because Sandy is also a speaker at our event in Medellín, FUTURISTA, at the University of Medellín. So once, it's a lot of stuff, and especially she's probably like going to be so exhausted. So once she decompresses and everything, she's going to come on as a guest and we'll talk about the whole experience. But Sandy, muchísimas gracias por todo. You are amazing. You are one for the books, mama. And you're just getting started. Psh, the world better watch out. So really quick, let me just announce the other women that are part of this initiative, the Women of Web3. We have Ana Isabel Rivas, Carley Beck, Cindy Kuhn, who was a co-session leader for this. She's a veteran in the game. She's done this before, so it's an amazing ride to be with someone that can guide us. Débora Carrizo, Elizabeth Gonzalez, Giannina Scarlett, Leslie Mota, Lizbeth Jaramillo, Lucia Diaz, Miriam Taguri, Michelle Bird, Sandy Carter, Selena Scott, Sofia Vera Reyes, and Waldy Martinez. And also special shout out to Lucia Diaz. She gets mentioned in this episode. She is the curator of the Latine art exhibit that happens that same day. I have a piece. We talked about it. It's a whole thing. And we'll talk to her about that as well. She'll have her back on to talk about that entire experience because I'm sure there's stories. But yes, now let's get into WebTr3s Al Aire con Sandy MC.
Hola, soy Sandy MC. Gracias por acompañarnos en este lindo sábado en WebTr3s Al Aire, donde aprenderemos juntos sobre la nueva industria de Web3 y NFTs. Me da muchísima felicidad de estar con ustedes en este programa de WebTr3s Al Aire, hoy en la onda 1190. Esta nueva industria es revolucionaria, innovadora y nos brinda muchísimas oportunidades y bueno, nos va a impactar y nos está impactando nuestra vida diaria. Me siento muy privilegiada de estar en este espacio con ustedes con el propósito de que tengan conocimiento de esta tecnología y no batallen tanto para integrarse a este ecosistema. Estoy comprometida de estar aquí con ustedes, aprender juntos, dar informes, proveer educación sobre este tema y de siempre tener invitados y invitadas especiales. Y bueno, muchísimos están rompiendo barreras. Es muy importante que tengan el conocimiento de quiénes son. Y bueno, antes de seguir, me tomo un momento para introducirme como su host de WebTr3s Al Aire para nuestra nueva audiencia. Soy defensora de la educación con experiencia en administración de educación superior, donde trabajé por casi 2 décadas en la Universidad Estatal de Arizona. Ahora tengo mi propio negocio, WebTr3s Studio, como entrenadora profesional para ayudar a las mujeres de color y profesionales a avanzar en su carrera. También soy asesora de organizaciones en mis áreas de especialización, como elevar la cultura de una empresa, estrategias de desarrollo personal e iniciativas de diversidad. Mi pasión es hacer una diferencia en la vida de las personas y conectar a otros con oportunidades, especialmente mujeres y estudiantes universitarios de primera generación. Formo parte de la junta directiva de 2 organizaciones nacionales, la asociación The Young and Empowered Women's Association y United Latinas. Estoy involucrada en Web3 y NFTs como inversionista, titular de NFTs, líder de la comunidad de habla hispana y también orgullosamente he trabajado con marcas mexicanas globales como Jarritos de embajadora y asesora de Web3, construyendo su comunidad y programación educacional. Ahora me da muchísimo gusto de ser la directora de comunicaciones internacionales de Maya Spirits, el cual propósito tiene de conectar la tecnología blockchain y el arte para dar forma a un futuro mejor para la comunidad de Calakmul en México a través de la igualdad social y la justicia climática. Y bueno, aquí comprometida de estar con ustedes, de estar al servicio de nuestra comunidad latina en esta nueva e innovadora industria para que no nos quedemos atrás. Para el día de hoy compartiré el espacio con unas invitadas sumamente importantes de esta industria y bueno, les compartiré un poquito más de todo lo bueno que están haciendo. Es muy importante mencionar que todas las opiniones de inversiones financieras expresadas en WebTr3s Al Aire no son recomendaciones y es material educativo. Como siempre, hagan su propia investigación antes de realizar cualquier tipo de inversión. Y bueno, hoy como invitadas especiales tenemos a unas mujeres fenomenales, extraordinarias, que son parte de la iniciativa Women of Web3, que se dirigen a hablar a la 78 Cumbre Científica de las Naciones Unidas, UNGA 78. Y esta conversación transformadora que tendrá lugar el 21 de septiembre de 2023 en Nueva York será excepcional. Hoy conoceremos más sobre Women of Web3, de su misión y de lo que las impulsa como destacadas líderes, creadoras y desarrolladoras que impulsan el cambio y la innovación. También aprenderemos en qué estrategias se centrarán para reducir las desigualdades para las mujeres en todo el mundo dentro del ámbito de Web3, con el énfasis de los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible de Igualdad de Género y Reducción de las Desigualdades, que son los Objetivos 5 y número 10. Además, aprenderemos de este grupo de distinguidas mujeres qué significa esta jornada para ellas, así como algunos triunfos y desafíos que han superado y que deben de superar. Por lo último, aprenderemos formas de cómo apoyar a Women of Web3 para ayudarles a seguir haciendo impacto en este ecosistema innovador para que resuenen en todo el mundo. Y bueno, de las 17 mujeres que van al rumbo a las Naciones Unidas, me incluyo a mí misma, pero hoy vamos a aprender muchísimo de estas mujeres. Primeramente tenemos a Carley Beck, modelo de moda, modelo digital, Timepiece Council member, es jugadora gamer y defensora de Web3. También tenemos a Débora Carrizo, ella es ingeniera de software y emprendedora tecnológica. Tenemos de regreso a Lizbeth Jaramillo, agente inmobiliario de Web3, cofundadora de Meteor by Digital Partnership y NFT Property Digitalization. También tenemos a Marisa Estrada, conocida como Ritzy P. Ella es una emprendedora creativa latina, fundadora de Ritzy Periwinkle, presentadora de podcast, defensora de la comunidad educativa de Web3 y socia de Hola, Metaverso, con quien nos vamos a reunir en unos días en Medellín, Colombia, para un evento espectacular. Y bueno, vamos a hacerle más preguntas de eso, pero Marisa, muy contenta de tenerte aquí. Y de regreso a Michelle Bird, ella es estratega de Web3, fotógrafa, escritora, artista y directora creativa de Black Vinyl Media. Bienvenidas, chicas. Welcome, ladies, to WebTr3s Al Aire. How are you this morning? And yes, how are you? I mean, and you don't have to fight over who goes first. No tienen que pelearse de quién va primero, pero sí, ¿cómo están, chicas? ¿Cómo se sienten? ¿De dónde se están conectando? Cuéntenme.
Wow, buenos días.
Hello. Everybody at the same time.
Same time. New York City at the same time. I think.
So, Débora, where are you? And where are you?
I'm in New York City already. Super, super excited about what's going on during the next days. Oh my gosh, I'm speaking, it's en español, ¿verdad? Oh, well, I don't know, how are we going to switch?
Yeah, let me put this disclaimer. So, today's programming is going to be bilingual. Ladies, feel free to answer the questions in Spanish or in English. The questions for today's interview, because you will be with me the whole hour, will be in English, but feel free to respond to them in Spanish if you'd like. But yes, so it's okay. And Carley, welcome after that long introduction that you probably understood very little.
Well, it's so funny. I was going to say, it's really cool that I get to be speaking with all of you amazing women, from all over Latin America, because for the last almost 15 years, I've been walking for Fashion Designers of Latin America, which is CFDA, which is Council of Fashion Designers of America. And then there's London. So there's this huge show during New York Fashion Week that has all of the biggest designers from all over Latin America, like Colombia, Cuba, Mexico, like Wilfredo Gerardo was one of my favorites. So I've sort of spent the last decade and a little bit in a lot of shows and shoots where I didn't speak Spanish. And it's so much fun because you get to learn about everybody's different cultures, like whether you're from Peru or Venezuela, like everybody has totally different culture, but it's always like with love. That's why I always loved those shows. It's color and beauty and life. And so I love it. I don't mind at all. And this is just like what everybody else has to deal with when they come to, an English speaking country. So rock it, ladies.
Yeah, no, we're happy to have you, Carley. And basically, I mean, my history, my background, so I shared my background. Here, and we're committed in WebTr3s Al Aire to educate the Spanish-speaking community about this innovative industry, so they're not left behind. And then, of course, we always have our financial and education disclaimer. So invest at your own risk. But Carley,
DYOR is a universal language.
Yeah, do your own research. But Carley, tell us how are you feeling today, and where are you connecting from?
Okay, so hello everyone. I am joining you from New York City, and I'm so thrilled and excited to be speaking on this panel with the UNGA Science Summit and all of these amazing women. I'm freaking out, but I just feel like this is coming at a time in my life where I just turned 37. I've still been modeling, my whole career. The longest I took a break was during COVID, but that really gave me an opportunity to focus on the things that I'd always been passionate about, like gaming and learning different software and even building hardware. Like I started building PCs, and I've been a competitive and hardcore gamer most of my life. I'm not competitive for a long time now, like in esports or anything, because back when I was a kid and a teenager, you'd have to go to a mall, and now you go to a stadium, so it's a lot different. But we were always discouraged from that as women and girls, So I was just like a tomboy, but really I wasn't. I was just like a woman or a girl with like interests outside of how I looked, even if that was my career. So I think it's just so special that we get to pass this on to other generations, and also women that are our age and older than us, because it's a lifelong journey, and there's no like barrier to using your brain for things that, society tells women we're not supposed to. So I'm just thrilled, because I think that like as many women and cultures and languages and countries we can touch with our amazing, beautiful minds, like the better life is going to be for everyone. So that's where I'm at today. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, our pleasure. Carley from New York. Lizbeth, how are you? Where are you connecting from?
Hola, hola. Buenos
Hola.
días. Hi, everyone. Oh my God, I love this story of Carley. I love it. I'm in love already with the whole digitalization of her digital twin and all this. Amazing, amazing. So my name is Liz, everyone. Lizbeth Jaramillo. I'm from Colombia, and I live in Orlando, Florida. And yes, I'm a Web3 realtor. I am excited. Oh, español, ¿verdad?
Whatever comes natural.
Perdón, ok, no, español. Súper emocionada. Mi nombre es Lizbeth, soy realtor en el estado de la Florida desde hace 14 años. Y hace más o menos unos 2 años empecé a involucrar en la tecnología blockchain, lo que hago normalmente en mi diario vivir. Y esto me ha dado una perspectiva bastante elevada, más globalizada. Me ha abierto puertas de bastante escala, de bastante calibre, que jamás pensé que en mi mundo de economía, digamos, en un específico sector, pues bueno, esto me ha abierto las puertas a diferentes horizontes y definitivamente a diferentes tipos de ofertas que se pueden ofrecer. Así que...
Y ahora a hablar en la ONU.
Exacto, o sea, la primera vez que lo escuché, la verdad no me lo creí. Entre más cerca llega la fecha, obviamente más real se hace, más se aumentan cosas, se hace mucho más grande del principio que fue. Así que emocionada, muy honrada de estar aquí, de ser parte de esos nombres tan grandes, haciendo cosas tan inmensas allá afuera, especialmente por nosotras las mujeres. Así que muy, muy agradecida.
Muy contenta. Bueno, Lizbeth, gracias. Michelle, how are you? And where are you connecting from? How are you feeling?
Mi gente bella, ¿cómo están todo el mundo? I'm so glad to be here again with you, Sandy. Gracias por proveer un espacio para conectarnos todas juntas y poder compartir de esta experiencia que vamos a tener coming up en Nueva York. Para United Nations, estoy conectando desde Los Ángeles, California, por aquí. Tú sabes, estoy súper emocionada como el resto de las chicas por aquí de estar compartiendo juntas y crear un espacio no solamente para, tú sabes, nosotras en estos momentos, tú sabes, todas las mujeres en estos momentos que estamos en el espacio de Web3, pero especialmente para el futuro del espacio y de todas las niñas y todas las muchachas que quieren compartir en este espacio con nosotras.
Me encanta, Michelle. Un placer tenerte de invitada otra vez. It's so what an honor to have you as a guest again of WebTr3s Al Aire, and now on your way to the United Nations. So good morning, Marisa, Ritzy. Buenos días, amiga. Hello, my friend. How are you?
Hola, buenos días. Buenos días desde Palm Springs, California, really close to Michelle in Los Angeles. Estoy muy emocionada. Like, I'm super excited. It's like a dream I've never dreamed of. And como dijo Lizbeth, as the date gets closer, it's becoming more and more real. And I literally, before getting on this radio show, your amazing radio show, I just posted for the first time on Instagram about doing this. And I think I started it with something like, I can't believe, like, it's surreal that I'm writing this, you know, que es como un sueño, que es, no sé que si es realidad que estoy escribiendo esto ahorita. Like, it's crazy to me. So, muchísimas gracias. It's an honor. Es un honor estar aquí con ustedes. So, thank you so much.
De nada, Ritzy, Marisa, un placer de tenerte aquí. We're so honored to have Ritzy and get to know her on her journey to the United Nations. And while Débora, sabemos that you're in NYC already, ya estás en Nueva York. Débora, ¿cómo te sientes?
Sí, bueno, ahora que las escuchaba es como, wow, estoy aquí, llegué, falta poquito. Es como ya hasta haber dado un primer paso, porque sí, se siente surreal, it's amazing. Un escenario tan gigante y tan cercano a todo lo que nosotras somos. Cada una de ustedes, cuando las escucho hablar, compartimos eso. Queremos hacer cosas por el bien de la gente, por el bien de las mujeres, por el bien de los niños. Pelear por igualdades, las que somos latinas, que hemos sufrido de haber nacido en un contexto que quizás nos quería definir y dijimos, no, vamos para adelante, hacemos cosas distintas. Estas batallas son nuestras. Y así que muy feliz, muy contenta. Nunca me hubiese imaginado que esto iba a pasar. Realmente, si tenía que apostar, si no hubiese apostado, lo perdía todo.
Bueno, estoy muy contenta y orgullosa de todas ustedes. I'm very happy and very proud of all of you. I am part of the 17 women speaking at the UN. Soy parte de las 17 mujeres que vamos a hablar en la ONU. Soy la fundadora de Women of Web3. I'm the founder of Women of Web3, and I'm very excited to co-lead this with my wonderful, wonderful friend, Cindy Kuhn, who has opened these doors for us women to speak about our journeys at the Science Summit, 70th Science Summit of the United Nations. So we're super excited, estamos muy contentas, estoy muy feliz de tener una líder, Cindy Kuhn, que es nuestra conectadora, también líder de la sesión que vamos a tener. Estamos muy orgullosas de tenerla en nuestro lado, porque nos ha abierto una puerta que, o sea, es como dijo Ritzy, surreal. No lo podemos creer. Pero bueno, seguimos aquí en WebTr3s Al Aire. Regresamos en un momento para seguir conociendo a estas mujeres de Web3.
AARP Arizona Hispanic Connection presenta Hablemos de Salud, Dinero y Amor. Una conversación interactiva sobre temas relevantes para hispanos latinos. Acompáñanos los martes de 1 a 2 de la tarde por esta estación y por Facebook en AARP Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Arizona Hispanic Connection.
Únete a la conversación.
Blanca Heribes y John Herrera te invitan a escuchar Mi Dinero, Tu Dinero.
Hola, soy Blanca Heribes y te daré información sobre impuestos, el número ITIN y todo lo relacionado con tu negocio como licencias y LLC.
¿Qué tal? Soy John Herrera, agente con licencia de seguros autorizado por el estado de Arizona. Te diré cómo proteger tu auto, casa, vida y negocio.
Los martes a las 9 de la mañana con American Family. Persigue tus sueños. Nosotros los protegeremos.
Escucha Transformando Vidas, nuestro programa radial dedicado a dar herramientas para sanar, equilibrar y trabajar nuestras emociones a través de la mirada sistémica. Transformando Vidas. Sintonízanos todos los jueves de 1 a 2 de la tarde por la onda 1190 AM. Transformando Vidas. Todos los jueves de 1 a 2 de la tarde. Te esperamos.
De regreso en WebTr3s Al Aire en la onda 1190 con Sandy MC y mujeres de Web3, Débora Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Burke, Marisa Estrada, Lizbeth Jaramillo. Welcome back to WebTr3s Al Aire. Here is your host, Sandy MC, and women of Web3, Deb Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Burke, Marisa Estrada, Ritzy, and Lizbeth Jaramillo. In this segment, we are going to focus on education. So I always love to have an education segment. So we have so many questions for you. Tenemos muchísimas preguntas para todas ustedes. So vamos a revisar lo que aprendimos el segmento anterior y luego vamos a seguir con esta plática. So right now I'm going to take a moment to dive into what we learned in the last episode, because education is so important, and the more we're familiar with what we're living in this industry, the better for us. So blockchain. We're going to talk a little bit about what is this blockchain technology and dive a little bit deeper of how it benefits us. So I'll start in Spanish and then I'll go over it in English. So blockchain es un innovador libro de contabilidad digital descentralizado. Está transformando profundamente las industrias en todo el mundo y marcando el comienzo de una nueva era de posibilidades. Con su naturaleza inmutable y transparente, blockchain está revolucionando la forma en que se gestionan y comparten los datos, garantizando una seguridad y autenticidad incomparable. Según el informe de Deloitte, su estructura descentralizada puede mejorar la confianza y reducir el fraude, lo que la convierte en una solución ideal para las industrias como la gestión de la cadena de suministro y las finanzas. Sin embargo, el impacto de blockchain va más allá de la mera gestión de datos. Su potencial de impacto social es inmenso. Los proyectos basados en blockchain están fomentando la inclusión financiera, abordando las necesidades de las comunidades marginadas. Por ejemplo, iniciativas como Blockchain for Good de UNICEF están aprovechando la tecnología para proporcionar identidad, servicios financieros y ayuda de los desentendidos, como se afirma en un informe de Forbes. Además, este ecosistema de finanzas descentralizado DeFi de blockchain está democratizando los servicios financieros al eliminar intermediarios y permitir que cualquier persona con una conexión al Internet acceda a estas herramientas financieras. Esto tiene el potencial de empoderar a las mujeres y a los grupos subrepresentados, como lo destaca un artículo de Harvard Business Review. Al promover esta transparencia, la seguridad y la inclusión, blockchain puede cerrar la brecha de género en la tecnología. Como informa Forbes, la naturaleza transparente de blockchain permite la igualdad de oportunidades y el reconocimiento basado en el mérito, lo que potencialmente combate los sesgos que existen en los sistemas tradicionales. Y bueno, en resumen, el potencial transformador de blockchain no tiene paralelo. No solo ofrece mayor seguridad y transparencia, sino que también empodera a individuos y comunidades, convirtiéndolo en un catalizador para cambios positivos en diversos sectores. Para profundizar en el mundo de blockchain y su potencial, no se pierdan saber más de esta tecnología. Now, blockchain technology is an innovative, decentralized digital ledger that is profoundly transforming industries around the world, ushering a new era of possibilities. With this immutable and transparent nature, blockchain is revolutionizing the way that data is managed and shared, ensuring unparalleled security and authenticity. According to a report by Deloitte, its decentralized structure can improve trust and reduce fraud, making it an ideal solution for industries such as supply chain management and finance. However, the impact of blockchain goes beyond mere data management. Its potential for social impact is immense. Blockchain-based projects are fostering financial inclusion and addressing the needs of marginalized communities. For example, initiatives like UNICEF's Blockchain for Good are leveraging the technology to provide identity, financial services, and aid to the underserved, as stated in the Forbes report. Additionally, the blockchain technology of decentralized finance, or DeFi, ecosystems, they are democratizing financial services by eliminating intermediaries and allowing anyone with internet connection to access financial tools. This has the potential to empower women and underrepresented groups, as a Harvard Business Review article highlights. By promoting transparency, security, and inclusion, blockchain can close the gender gap in technology. As Forbes reports, the transparent nature of blockchain allows for equal opportunity and merit-based recognition, potentially combating biases that exist in traditional systems. Its role for enabling and securing micropayments can also empower content creators, benefiting women in various industries, according to a World Bank report. In short, the transformative potential of blockchain technology is unparalleled. It not only offers greater security and transparency, but it also empowers individuals and communities, making it a catalyst for positive change in various sectors. To delve deeper into the world of blockchain and its potential, don't miss out on educating yourself about this wonderful technology. And well, with that said, any thoughts, algún comentario de ustedes sobre esta tecnología? La que guste. En breve.
I feel like I'll go after the English translation, just because I feel like I'll get me out of the way so you guys can speak to the audience too. But I think honestly, education is my biggest passion in all of the areas of Web3 that I'm working in. I came into it from the perspective of a gamer and a creative, because when I was building my stream during COVID, I was learning Adobe products. And for the first time, they had online summits. You know, typically you'd have to pay like $1,000 to go to these things. So I never went to them. But Adobe Max had an online conference. And for the first time, they made it free because people couldn't leave their houses. So they were kind of experimenting, which is basically Web3. But from there, I learned all of these different software to, you know, get more expressive with my friends online and audiences, learning Discord. And so from there, I ended up submitting a piece to a Web3 contest for art, because I was using 3D, like ray tracing and all of this cutting edge technology to make kind of fun stuff. I was making like things for my stream, like really fun things. So I wasn't taking it too seriously, which helped me do it every day. And practice is like, you know, more important than perfection. So I had to learn how to open a wallet to submit this thing. And I didn't know anything. I was just sort of jumping in head first and no expectations, sort of starting small. I saw that there was foundation MOOC courses, so MOOC, and they're free online courses for everyone. They're kind of really boring because this was when we were just starting to teach people about Web3. And from there, I sort of got into different communities of artists and realized, wow, every industry is involved. So I can start integrating fashion, and I got my digital assets, which are interoperable and on-chain, so I could be a digital model. And then I was thinking, okay, how do I get into the gaming side of this, and outreach and education and IP rights? And it kind of just was this explosion in every direction of what my passions and interests are, because I think that's also the power of the blockchain, is that we don't have to compartmentalize ourselves anymore. we can really integrate all of our skills and passion and kind of create our own ecosystems and connect with other people in those intersections. So it's really beautiful because now we don't have middlemen or people in society that say, no, you're only supposed to focus on this one thing. And no, this is language you're not going to understand, like, you know, law or tech or all sorts of industries have kind of been gatekept with language, codified language, not even just language barriers, but just ways that people can't access it. And this democratized all of that. It sort of ended up being this really great opportunity to learn in any direction that you want. So I also encourage everyone, just dive in, and whatever speaks to you, there is a place for that passion.
I love that, Carley. So everybody, there is a place for you on the blockchain, and I think we're all a testament of that. Para todos, Carley habló de su experiencia y de cómo ella es modelo y se integró a este ecosistema en diferentes maneras. Entonces, ella nos deja con ese resumen que hay un lugar para todos en el blockchain. Y bueno, con eso vamos con Marisa para sus comentarios. Marisa, dinos.
Hola. So yeah, I'll be Spanglish. I think that Web3 is super important because it creates opportunities for women and other marginalized communities, creando oportunidades para las mujeres y otras comunidades marginadas. And I think that education is super important, and that we have to meet the people where they're at. And ask questions like, what kind of access to resources do they have? Que la educación es clave y es importante llegar a las personas donde están, ¿verdad? And then, y qué acceso a recursos tienen.
Sí, muy bien dicho. Muchísimas gracias, Carley y Marisa, por agregar esos comentarios a nuestro segmento educativo. Thank you, Carley, and Ritzy, Marisa, for adding your comments to this educational segment. Regresamos en unos momentos para conocer más de mujeres de Web3, Débora Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Bird, Marisa Estrada y Lizbeth Jaramillo. We'll be back in a few.
Cada día podemos aprender algo nuevo. También tenemos la capacidad de desaprender un viejo hábito. Y mejor aún, desarrollar la capacidad de reaprender, es decir, de cambiar paradigmas o creencias limitantes para actualizarnos. Es una decisión. Así que si decides, podemos aprender juntos. Tenemos una cita en Diálogo con Mirna Pineda, tu espacio de aprendizaje y superación, de lunes a viernes a las 10 de la mañana. Acompáñanos y gracias por tener el buen gusto de mantenerte bien informado.
Todo Arizona está en contacto total.
¿Qué?
¿Cómo?
¿Cuándo?
¿Dónde?
¿Por qué?
¿Y hasta para qué?
Lo que usted debe saber, lo que necesita saber para estar bien informado.
De lunes a viernes a las 11 de la mañana.
Contacto total, 16 años con toda la comunidad hispana.
Muchos nos quieren imitar, hasta copiar, pero nunca igualar. Se tenía que decir y se dijo.
La información local de manera precisa, veraz y con experiencia.
Soy Daniel Aguirre. Acompáñame y empieza tu día bien informado con las noticias en las que puedes confiar. Compartimos las mismas calles, los mismos deportes y nos afectan las mismas condiciones del tiempo.
Noticias Enlace 1190 con Daniel Aguirre en la onda 1190M y Facebook en vivo de lunes a viernes a las 7 de la mañana.
Hola, estamos de regreso aquí en la onda 1190 con WebTr3s Al Aire, con ustedes Sandy MC. Les recuerdo, si todavía no nos siguen en Instagram, nos pueden encontrar en @WebTr3s Al Aire con un 3 en la segunda E. En nuestra página de Instagram les revelamos a nuestros invitados especiales y compartimos unas historias fascinantes de la industria. We're back here en la onda 1190 AM and WebTr3s Al Aire, on air with you, Sandy MC. If you don't follow us on Instagram yet, you can find us at WebTr3s. Sorry, my son's like, congrats, Mom, you're on the radio with all these incredible women. So he's waving at me. But if you don't follow us on Instagram at WebTr3s Al Aire with a 3 on the second E. On our Instagram page, we reveal our guests and fascinating stories about the industry. And well, now we continue the conversation with women of Web3, Débora Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Bird, Marisa Estrada, and Lizbeth Jaramillo. Ahora seguimos con la conversación con mujeres de Web3 aquí para aprender sobre su jornada a las Naciones Unidas. So we're here to learn a little bit more about their journey. But first, I want to give you a glimpse about what is this all about. So I'm going to start in Spanish and then I'll say it in English. So, la 78 Asamblea General de las Naciones Unidas, UNGA 78, esta cumbre de las ciencias está programada del 12 al 29 de septiembre de 2023. Es una plataforma híbrida, so hay sesiones en persona, sesiones por internet, virtuales. So, vamos a tener tenemos el privilegio de tener a Women of Web3 que van a estar teniendo programación por su iniciativa en las Naciones Unidas, dedicada a fomentar la igualdad social y la inclusión dentro del panorama rápido que está evolucionando de Web3 y tokens no fungibles, so NFTs, o colecciones digitales. Esta sesión en UNGA 78 será el 21 de septiembre, titulada Mujeres en el espacio Web3, reduciendo las desigualdades a través de oportunidades digitales tecnológicas. Reunirá a destacadas líderes, creadoras, como tenemos aquí, y desarrolladoras dentro de la industria Web3, al abordar de estos temas cruciales que están de igualdad de género y de reducción de las desigualdades, están alineadas con los Objetivos de Desarrollo Sostenible 5 y 10. Esta sesión no solo arroja luz sobre las disparidades existentes, sino que también explora estrategias para superarlas, creando un panorama de Web3 más diverso e incluso para todos. La programación también incluye una exhibición especial de arte latino de más de 100 artistas que rinde homenaje a artistas latinoamericanos y personas con raíces latinoamericanas que están viviendo en los Estados Unidos para reconocer todas sus contribuciones creativas. Y bueno, es una gran adición para el mes de la herencia hispana. También la iniciativa incluye un metaverso donde se va a tener un segmento en español para entrevistar a todas las mujeres de habla hispana. También va a incluir paneles que son partes de When the Worlds Collide, de Let's Disrupt Digital, que va a promover estas conversaciones de paz, de justicia, de innovación con personas influyentes, embajadores de las Naciones Unidas y personas influyentes. Y bueno, si no siguen a UNGA Women of Web3, háganlo. Es UNGA bajo Women of Web3. So síganlas ahí para tener más información sobre su jornada. And well, now in English, the 78th, to share a little bit more about what this is, the 78th United Nations General Assembly, UNGA 78 Science Summit, is scheduled from September 12th to the 29th of this year. So this year's programming for Women of Web3 includes a session in UNGA 78 where they're dedicated to promoting social equality and inclusion within the rapidly evolving landscape of Web3 and non-fungible tokens, or also known as NFTs or digital collectibles. The session at UNGA 78 will be on September 21st for Women of Web3, and their session is titled Women in the Web3 Space, Reducing Inequalities Through Digital and Technological Opportunities, that will bring together prominent leaders, creators, and developers within the Web3 industry like we have here. By addressing the crucial of gender equality and reducing inequalities, they are aligned with Sustainable Development Goals 5 and 10. So this session will not only shed light on existing disparities, but it will also explore strategies to overcome them, creating a more diverse and inclusive Web3 landscape for all. The programming will also include a special UNGA 78 Latin art exhibit curated, I forgot to mention that, curated by Lucía Díaz. So la curadora de la exhibición es nuestra amiga fenomenal, Lucía Díaz. This pays tribute to Latin American artists and people with Latin American roots living in the U.S., so that we can recognize their exceptional creative contributions that they deserve. In addition, this is a great addition for Hispanic Heritage Month, and also along with that programming, it does include the When the Worlds Collide panel sessions that are curated by Let's Digital that brings prominent leaders, UN ambassadors, and influential individuals to the landscape. Women of Web3 will also have a metaverse that includes a Spanish segment for the Spanish-speaking audience. And in addition to that, I did forget to mention they're also releasing a digital collectible. So también la programación incluye lanzar un NFT o un coleccionable digitable para las personas para apoyar a esta iniciativa. Y bueno, hay muchísimas preguntas que tenemos, chicas. Vamos a empezar con una pregunta para cada una. Y muy breve porque queremos escuchar de todas y hay muchísimas preguntas muy buenas para ustedes. So vamos a empezar con Carley. Carley, briefly, how do you feel about the opportunity to speak at the United Nations 78th Science Summit, and what does it personally mean to you and professionally?
Okay, so I am a talker, so I'll keep it super brief. And also, everybody out there listening, Skype has the technology to turn on captions for all different kinds of languages. So I have the Spanish to English translation. But it means
so Carley, much. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so
it's something new every day.
The technology. It means so much. I'm just so thrilled because, like I said, I feel like I've compartmentalized my whole life, especially as a model, but just as a woman in general, just because I have all these other interests and I've had to do that almost on the side and lean into all the other things society tells me that are actually valuable. But in reality, like all the things that I was passionate about were the most valuable in my life. And so at this point of my life, coming into a new chapter at 37, I feel like this is destiny and it's meant to be. And I was meant to meet Sandy. We worked together almost in the trenches, and I really resonate with the women on the panel and all of our struggles, but successes as well. So it feels like a victory lap and I'm just so excited.
I love that, Carley. Carley's victory lap. Very sweet. All right. As trailblazing women in the field of Web3, what inspired you to pursue a career in this industry? And what have been some of the most rewarding moments in your journey so far? This question is for Lizbeth.
Okay, I gotta unmute myself. Okay. Wow. What really got me into Web3, o lo que me trajo realmente fue un poquito impulsado más bien por inversionistas. Para ser más específica, tuve un inversionista que había invertido en cryptocurrency mucho tiempo atrás, 2013, and he knew about NFTs, so he was kind of like, he gave me the first challenge. First challenge, and that to be the first NFT real estate property offered in Orlando, Florida. But it pushed me to learn about the technology. It was mind-blowing. And after 2 years of that, being able to be heard or being able to be understood among, in this industry and, embracing the technology, and being understood about it is amazing. So that's what this means to me in the United Nations. It's like, it's a big voice. It's a voice that even though there was not many, ears that want to hear it, now out of the sudden there's a big microphone waiting for me to speak about this amazing subject. So I'm super thrilled, just like Carley, about the opportunity to enhance that voice and show the world why is this a solution and why we should all learn about it and possibly in the future embrace it and diversify our portfolio and taking advantage of it.
I love it, Seth. Thank you for sharing that. Now, Ritzy, many individuals, regardless of their achievements, experience imposter syndrome. Have you ever faced imposter syndrome here in Web3 in this career that is evolving for you? And how are you overcoming it, especially going to the UN?
Please believe it. If you don't have imposter syndrome, then you're not human. Maybe you're a psychopath or something like that. Because the thing that helped me was hearing Oprah. She was going to do the commencement speech for Harvard a couple of years ago, and she said she had imposter syndrome. So if she has imposter syndrome, we all do. And I just think it's about what my good friend coined recovery time. So it's going to happen to all of us. at all, like at any moment, but I think it's the recovery time where you snap out of it. And I think what's helping me with the imposter syndrome for this is that I always think to myself that, you know, the mission is bigger than us. La misión es más grande que nosotros. And I think that's what pushes me forward. And also having great leaders like you and Cindy and Lucia, and having, a group of the most amazing leaders in the space keeps me going. So, muchísimas gracias, ladies.
Wow. I mean, that's amazing. And who doesn't love Oprah, right? Like, that is so awesome. Regresamos en unos momentos en Web3 Al Aire para seguir conociendo a estas fascinantes mujeres, the women of Web3. We'll be back in a few at Web3 Al Aire to continue getting to know these fascinating women of Web3.
Blanca Heribes y John Herrera te invitan a escuchar Mi Dinero, Tu Dinero.
Hola, soy Blanca Heribes y te daré información sobre impuestos, el número ITIN y todo lo relacionado con tu negocio como licencias y LLC.
¿Qué tal? Soy John Herrera, agente con licencia de seguros autorizado por el estado de Arizona. Te diré cómo proteger tu auto, casa, vida y negocio.
Los martes a las 9 de la mañana con American Family. Persigue tus sueños. Nosotros los protegeremos.
Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? Lo quiero invitar todos los sábados a las 11 de la mañana a que me acompañen en la hora más feliz de su radio, La Hora Feliz. Música retro, música de los 80s, música que marcó tu juventud. Sé parte de la historia de nuestra música. 11 de la mañana todos los sábados en la hora más feliz de su radio. Y recuerda, la música se lleva en el corazón. La Hora Feliz de la 1190.
Hola, estamos de regreso aquí en Web3 Al Aire, en la onda 1190, aquí con ustedes Sandy MC y mujeres de Web3, Débora Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Bird, Marisa Estrada, Ritzy, Lizbeth Jaramillo. Y bueno, continuamos conociéndolas y obteniendo más información sobre su increíble viaje para hablar en la 78 Cumbre Científica de las Naciones Unidas. Hello, we're back on Web3 Al Aire en la onda 1190, here with you, Sandy MC and women of Web3. We're here to continue to get to know them on their incredible journey to speak at the UN 78th Science Summit. Well, so now, ladies, I have more additional questions for you. But first, I want to take a moment to share, we've had incredible support, and even live on air, we've received an incredible donation. So, Amina, we appreciate you. Thank you for your donation. Also, shout out to Max May, one of the artists in Web3 that has supported our cause from day one. So we're still waiting on his logo so we can put him on our website. Pero gracias. Thank you all for supporting women of Web3. And now as we continue with the questions, we have one for Michelle. Michelle, in the rapidly evolving world of Web3, what role do you see women playing in shaping the future of technology, blockchain, and decentralized systems?
I mean, I already see the role we're playing right here by everything that, for example, I'll use you as an example, that you're doing. Putting this together and bring this dream that you had, this idea that came into, you brought it into existence. Nobody else did but you. And bringing Web3, the blockchain, NFTs, and everything, that comes with it into the United Nations is something that now we can say women have done. Who else has done it before? No one. This is the first time in history. You said this yesterday. This is the first time in history that there will be a panel, a session about Web3 and the United Nations. And who did this? Women did this. Tú sabes, una mujer poderosa, mexicana, que le encanta poder ayudar a la comunidad, que le encanta poder, tú sabes, dar de su corazón, de ayudar a otras mujeres emprendedoras, de ayudar a la comunidad. Tú sabes, tú has hecho esto y solo, tú sabes, quiero usarte de ejemplo porque es el ejemplo más, the closest example we have to seeing this in real form, tú sabes. So con eso también te estoy dando tus flores porque las mereces, tú sabes. Y quiero que la gente sepa todo lo que has estado haciendo. And I couldn't be more proud, not only of you, but every single woman in this panel and in this session that has given of herself to bring the community together. And that is what a Web3 is, tú sabes. That is what the blockchain is. That's why we're here, because we believe in this so strongly, Sandy.
I'm speechless, so I'll do what I do best is move on. Thank you so much. But no, I will comment and say that it's inspiring. I have the privilege to know all of the 16 women that we're featuring. I've seen them grow. I've seen them give back. We've prayed together. We've cried together. We've danced wearing chanclas together. We've supported our lodging to be able to make it to different conferences. I mean, it's so uplifting, and what an honor and privilege, and that's what keeps me going. I won't be sleeping for the next few days. But yes, I mean, there's just so much more I want to say about that. But thank you for that, and it's a great reminder that blockchain technology really, as women, we're adding value and shaping this future of technology and using it for good. And that's very, very special. And I haven't seen this happen in any other industry but Web3. So pretty awesome. Deb, what advice would you give to young girls who aspire to pursue careers in technology and Web3? How can they prepare themselves for success in this field? I mean, you're a software engineer. You've been a former executive at IBM. So let's hear from you.
Oh, si puedo. Piel de gallina, tears in my eyes. When I started in technology, I was always the only one in the room. So I used to make a joke saying I'm inclusive in myself because I'm a Latina in tecnología, de color y dueña de una empresa tecnológica. Y he tenido la posibilidad de hacer running de design thinking sessions en escuelas de niños y me di cuenta lo fuerte que era solamente mostrarnos, solamente pararnos enfrente de las niñas y decirles, oh, hi, I'm Débora, I'm a software engineer, I'm from Argentina, y explicar el contexto que cada uno haya tenido. Conocí una colega de India y nos contaba, yo no tenía electricidad en mi casa y soy ingeniero, y ahora vivo en otra ciudad y construyo estos softwares. Entonces, simplemente con mostrarnos es súper poderoso para las niñas, para alentarlas, porque somos un role model. No ver siempre las mismas figuras de ingenieros y de tecnológicos y de matemáticos y Carley es icónico, o sea, uno en general hace una no asociación entre la carrera y la belleza y la inteligencia y las carreras, las líneas de desarrollo que son de niñas y cuáles son de niños. Todas esas barreras han caído. Este es un gran momento. Es una convergencia entre este poder tecnológico que tenemos en un mundo que ya entendió que todos somos iguales, que todos tenemos las mismas posibilidades, con distintos sabores, y ser mujeres tenemos otros flavors y eso nos da otras capacidades y cada humano tiene que conocerse y pararse en sus fuertes para elegir dónde desarrollarse. Hoy tecnología puede ser algo tan rude como súper matemático y coding, o puede ser algo súper beautiful, user experience oriented. So, hay muchas líneas, así que creo que todas las niñas que se vean interesadas en desarrollar productos digitales tienen algún lugarcito según lo que a ellas más las apasione.
Me encanta. Y bueno, todo lo que dijiste es sumamente importante para las niñas chicas. Everything you said is so important for young girls to see you, right? I'm just, for the simple fact of saying, I'm Deb, I'm a software engineer, and I'm from Argentina. That's already powerful. And I take a moment now to talk about the Guiding Light NFT that's going to be released on the 17th for women of Web3, because this is going to do just that, create opportunities for young girls. Not only is the proceeds going to help support all of the 17 women to continue to evolve in the space, to continue to have resources to grow in the space, but it's also going to support the artists that created the NFT Soho and Ana Isabel Rivas Fernandez, who is one of our Women of Web3 speakers and crypto artist and former guest of WebTr3s. And also Eduardo Dávalos, who is the Metaverse architect. But along with this, something very special that is part of social responsibility of the initiative is that 20% of the proceeds will go towards scholarships for science, technology, engineering, and math for young girls through the Mexican startup Epic Queen. So that's really, really special. If you are hearing about this just now and listening to this, I highly encourage you to follow Women of Web3 to learn more about when this is going to be launching and how you can support. So you can go to www.womenofweb3un.io to learn more about these trailblazing and barrier-breaking women, and also about all of the exciting events. And stay tuned for the Metaverse link, and stay tuned for information about this digital collectible. And well, now, ladies, as we wrap up, I have, we didn't get to your favorite quote, so I do, the conversation has been really fascinating, but briefly from all of you, just say the name, who you pick. Reese Witherspoon's Eva Longoria are some of the most famous celebrities involved with women of World of Women and Boss Beauties. Going even deeper, Paris Hilton launched her own NFT collection in 2021 and raised over $1.11 million in sales. So las celebridades Reese Witherspoon y Eva Longoria son algunas de las celebridades más famosas involucradas en Web3. Yendo aún más allá, Paris Hilton lanzó su propia colección de NFT en 2021, recaudando más de $1.11 millones en ventas. Ladies, if any of these celebrities could be part of the programming for Women of Web3 in New York, who would that be? Just say the name. We'll start with Lizette.
Oh my God, that was a hard question for me because I don't follow it, unfortunately, as much.
No problem. Okay, we'll go to Ritzy. Say the name.
Oh my God, I don't know. But we don't need one because you're our leader, Sandy.
Oh,
there you go. There you go.
Oh, you're so sweet. Michelle.
I was going to say, they're all great, but we love you, and everybody and anybody should be an icon.
Oh, we appreciate you. All right, ladies. Lastly, to wrap up the show, quickly share your Instagram handle. Lizeth.
So Lizbeth Jaramillo, and it's LIZ, the number 3, ETH, like Ethereum. So I guess there will be a link that it will make it easier that we can put.
Yeah, why don't we do this? Definitely go to www.womenofweb3un.io and you will find all of their bios with all of their handles so that you can connect with them. We thank you, Mujeres de Web3s. We thank you, Women of Web3, Débora Carrizo, Carley Beck, Michelle Bird, Marisa Estrada, Lizbeth Jaramillo for being with us today. Le damos las gracias a Mujeres de Web3 por estar hoy día con nosotros. Thank you all for tuning in to WebTr3s Al Aire. Here with me, Sandy MC. You can follow us on Instagram at WebTr3s Al Aire with a 3 and the second E. Remember that in the Web3 and NFT industry, it is so important that we're not left behind. We are here next Saturday at the same hour, same time, en la onda 1190 AM. A todos ustedes, gracias por sintonizarse a WebTr3s Al Aire, aquí conmigo Sandy MC. Nos pueden seguir en Instagram en @WebTr3s Al Aire con un 3 en la segunda E. Recuerden que esta industria de Web3 y NFTs es importante que no nos quedemos atrás. Los esperamos el próximo sábado a la misma hora en la onda 1190 AM.